Hello, my name is Matthew, and this is the Book of Matthew. The topic of my video today is going to be actually something I never thought that I would have to post about. One of my favorite guitar players from one of my favorite bands ever, Slayer's Jeff Hanneman. If I remember right, he died in like 2013 from cirrhosis of the liver. And I haven't heard, there's been tributes over the years to Jeff Hanneman. But this was particularly unsettling to me. Jeff Hanneman's widow, Catherine Hanneman, for some reason the other day had put out a statement about a lot of Slayer's music in regards to World War II topics like Nazi Germany and things like that. Ever since the album Rain in Blood come out, Slayer was accused of being Nazi sympathizers and things like that, and which was pretty quickly dispelled by the band. For years they've been having to defend themselves when it comes to, especially for the lyrics for the song Angel of Death. I love this quote from Kerry King from a long time ago, where Kerry specifically says that all of their World War II themed songs, if you was to take the music away from it, it would be a documentary. And that's pretty much how, if you actually look at the lyrics of the song and listen to it really closely, you'll see they're not Nazi sympathizers. They're not praising, awful people like Joseph Mengele, or any, because that's what the song is about. And it bothers me that to this day, Catherine Hanneman still had to put out some kind of statement. It may have originated on Facebook. I don't know where or why this even come up, but evidently even today people are accusing Jeff Hanneman of still being a Nazi sympathizer. The reason why the topic of World War II and the atrocities that happened during that period in world history is because his family, a lot like my family, had a lot of veterans. His dad was in World War II, if I remember right, and basically his dad come home with medals and stuff that he took off of dead Nazi soldiers, and he kept them as kind of prized possessions for killing the Nazis and trying to bring democracy to Germany instead of the dictatorship that it was. Although Jeff Hanneman himself isn't a veteran, most of his family members are. But he just kept all of the Nazi memorabilia stuff, and it's not to honor anybody like the Third Reich or Hitler or anybody like that. It was just, a topic that interested him. I know that if I had a band, I'd probably have a lot of topics that I would want to make songs about. But that wouldn't necessarily make me a sympathizer for the obviously bad stuff that I would sing about or write music about. But it's just really disheartening that even to this day, there's still people trying to say that Jeff Hanneman or Slayer are Nazi sympathizers, and that's absolutely has never been the case. Slayer over the years has been labeled as all sorts of awful things like Satanists, or Satan worshippers, and Nazi sympathizers, and it's simply not true. As a matter of fact, their lead singer Tom Araya, he was a Catholic, but a lot of their material, especially in the latter half of their career, was atheistic in nature. If you listen to like God Hates Us All, and I can't even think of basically after, it seems like after God Hates Us All, a lot of Slayer stuff was atheistic in nature, and either that or making fun of God and Jesus, which in the 80s, it wasn't enough. Everybody got scared with the whole satanic panic thing, and what scares them or bothers Christians even more is when you make fun of God and Jesus and stuff like that. So, and a lot of the satanic or the devil worshipping imagery was just basically for shock value, I guess, if you want to go there. It's nothing new. I mean, the metal bands and rock bands have been doing it for years. So, anyways, yeah, I'm just upset because people are still trying to say that Jeff Hanneman and Slayer were Nazi sympathizers. And I guess if I wasn't a Slayer fan, I could ask the nearest Slayer fan, hey, do you think that Slayer were Nazi sympathizers? And there would not be a single one that would tell you yes. So anyways, I'm sorry, it just bothers me that this is still going on to this day. Originally I had a different video planned, which I still haven't got my research done for, so I decided to talk about this instead. It just bothers me that nobody can. I mean, we have a wealth of knowledge through the internet, and nobody can do any research at all on this topic. It bothers me that even after I think Jeff has passed over 10 years ago, we're still, Jeff Hanneman's widow shouldn't have to deal with this stuff. She should just celebrate his life like the rest of us do, without all this nonsense. Anyways, I thank you for listening to my rant, and you all have a wonderful night.